When you say that most people don't understand striking, like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so I think that there's things that are happening in striking matches that are, like I said, not very digestible. So like I said, so there's space, there's position, and then there's your advantages. Space is like and I hear people talk about like rhythm all the time, you know. Rhythm is just closing space, going away from space, closing space, going away from space. Space is key because striking happens with your eyes. Striking is like, we're playing this game like, hey, hit my hand, and I'm moving it around. You know, that's like why switching stances works so well, and we can get into that in a little bit. But space is your reaction time because striking happens with your eyes. Instead of grappling, like if someone's leaning into me, I have like the proprioception to feel they're leaning into me, let me move like this. It doesn't happen with your eyes. In striking, it happens with your eyes. I see your punches coming, I know to block. So the more space I have and the better I can maintain and control space or manipulate space by closing it quickly or using it at the same time you close, I close, where I could be twice as fast, the more success I'm going to have. So for example, like, I just don't think that people are understanding space in a way where it's like, it is your like reaction time. So if you get closer to, like if you're standing over there and I'm standing here, it's not scary if you throw a punch at me because I have plenty of time to react to that punch. Where if me and you are standing right next to each other, that's like super scary no matter who you are, you know? So space is reaction time, and I really don't think that a lot of people see space like that. They see space like, oh yeah, like you're at the end of my jab, that's when I can hit you. Everything is about like, can I hit you, this and that. Where like the defensive piece of striking isn't really harped on as much because again, it's like not as digestible. And then there's of course like position, like my position and then your position, my position according to your position. So like lefty, righty, righty, lefty, 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 righty, righty. And all of that is important because if you're in a different stance than I am, the targets change. Like what you throw is different than like the attacks that you'll have are very different than the ones that we would have if we were in the same stance, if we're in the opposite stance. I don't think that people necessarily pick up on those things too. I don't think people super understand position as like my guard, like where am I open if I stand like this and where am I open if I stand like this. The advantages, like being a little bit outside your shoulders on each side so that I can take angles a little bit easier. If I'm standing over here, I know you're going to correct yourself here, so I'm going to step here. You're going to correct, I'm going to step here, and then eventually I'll be able to build off of attacks. But that to me is what striking is. Striking it's a positional battle, and it's a battle for space. And it's not like combinations, and it's not set things.
Not set things.